we are episode 1, the team, plus Jenna, she's here spiritually. But yeah, we want to talk a little bit about our experience so far. What has it been, a year and a half? 2 years?
Yeah,
I don't even
feels
know.
like 5. No offense.
It's trying to
You're making it light. You're really giving it a lot of credit. 5.
Yeah, just kind of talking a little bit about, I would say, what the journey's been like. I think documenting the building of a tech company is something fascinating not a lot of founders do. And so if we can do that in the most transparent way possible, I think it will really cultivate a culture of transparency for other tech companies. And I think right now, we're definitely one of the few that are like, look at us. And so let's do it even more. And I think this is a good way to do it. So
No, absolutely. Agreed.
Transparency is key, even if we talk inappropriately.
Sometimes you talk inappropriately.
Yeah. Especially this
Okay. Yeah, easy.
I was like, no, man, it's actually the opposite.
Like me.
It's like, no, it wasn't me. It was probably me. I will say it. I'm a lawyer, so I'm allowed to talk inappropriately. I know when I'm allowed to say it. I make sure I'm in a closed room. Just kidding.
No cameras there, videos.
Yeah, but
so let's start. Okay, so we have the product, right? We have marketing. We have legal partnerships, raising. I think let's just talk about those things. We have the subject experts here.
Yeah.
And how it's evolved, what we're facing troubles with. We've had wins, and it's okay. Like we just, I don't know how much you want to share, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I think we started like any project. It starts with, for us, like, and I'm not gonna talk for us, but you jump wherever
It's
you need
good.
to.
I trust you.
Like the project starts with what's the who's in it and what are we trying to solve, right? What's the problem, and can we solve a problem, and will tech solve it? And if tech's gonna solve it, what's it gonna take to build that tech?
Yeah.
Kind of I don't know if that's the exact order, but it's probably
Something
pretty
like
close.
that. But the other piece of it is the person we're working with an asshole?
Yeah.
Are they cool? Are they
Yeah,
somebody we can trust, we can get along with?
yeah.
So we had a hard time finding that person.
Just for context, for those of you guys that don't know, they have an awesome venture called NPV, which helps companies like this build and grow and scale and do amazing, beautiful things. And so I think that's what we're referring to. I'm a good pick.
Yeah,
Mark worked with Robert for years, and I got to know Robert, and Rob said he had this idea that he pitched to us, and at first we said, that's okay. And then he came back, went back to the drawing board, came back and said, hey, what do you think about this? And actually built a little prototype. And then that was something else.
Which actually speaks to initiative. I think a lot of people should take initiative. They have an idea and not just
Absolutely.
bank on potential capital partnerships or anything. Just like if you have something you're really inspired by, go do it.
Yeah.
And show. Don't just
Yeah, you have to show. Like sometimes you need something to look at, right? And that's what I say. Like we don't go to investors and we don't go to the market without something to look at and touch and feel and play with, because too many people think that you're just gonna, well, I have a great idea, I can go raise money on it, and that world, I would say, I always say it got Shark Tank, right? That world got killed, right? That world doesn't exist. Shark Tank's gone way too far in terms of what it's created in the world for tech companies in particular, because now they expect that you have revenue and you actually have customers and you've done all this stuff before they want to invest, and that's not realistic either, right? Because there's a point of, okay, you can bootstrap to a certain level, you may need money, or you gotta borrow the money, or you gotta find the money somewhere, but at some point you gotta get some money in the door. We've done a good job, I think, here in particular, of bootstrapping in a really, strong way,
high level.
and a high, to get us to where we are, which is a really solid product. And you always want to kick yourself in reverse, right? Whether or not it was right or not, like, because we had this theory that we were going to build the product first, and then we were going to make it marketable. And we thought I didn't really think, I guess I didn't, maybe we didn't think about it, or we maybe thought about it and kind of let it go, which was when we built it, and we knew it wasn't the prettiest product, we kind of thought, you can just use it the way, you can, all everybody wants is the product, right?
Yeah.
And then what you find is, they don't they still need the glitzy the look of it. It still has to look like something. It
Company.
has to look more like they didn't want just the app to work.
Yeah.
It was, oh, well, we need to do this other stuff to get to the next level. And you know, most companies go the other way and they build something pretty that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And we've seen a lot of that in this industry in particular. You have a lot of companies that are super good looking, great branding, you know, looks like they have lots of fun features and cool stuff they do, but they don't do anything. Like the tech isn't there.
Yeah.
There is no tech.
And we're opposite, right? We built tech first. So it's an interesting way to do it. Is it the right way? I don't know.
I think maybe because like if you look at if you go back to that time when you came back to us and said, so what do you think? At first, Rob just sent the text.
Yeah.
He probably did the same with you. Sent the text and said, "What do you think?" And I was on my way to some business dinner or something, and I was like, "It's fine. What are you sending me this for?" And he's like, "Oh no, it's the thing. That's a prototype." And then my reaction to it was, "Oh." And then I went back, and to me, like that sort of initial spark,
Yeah.
that was the thing that sparked it. Because up until that, it's like, I don't know, it's like maybe more of a service business and whatever. It's not really that investable. The idea was kind of mid, the first one, and then you went back and came back and said, "Here's the thing," and that spark. I still remember where I was. I remember what street I was on when I was like, "Oh."
What's funny
I
is
see, that was
originally
something.
in my head. It wasn't even that. Like, it wasn't until I actually played with it. At first, it was like, how do you get videographers and social media managers? And I remember we spoke about this. Like,
Yeah.
to do this at scale. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's a whole market of UGC content creators that's like unaddressed, and it's like way bigger than what I was thinking about originally, anyway. And that's kind of what I said. Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
And that kind of evolved into like, let's build something that serves that. And then it's like, oh, and then now we have a prototype, and then we evolved into something better.
Yeah, and I'd say like an MVP, and then we went from the MVP to something that's
2.0.
beyond, a bit beyond an MVP, but not quite where we want it yet. But it's moving along, so we can actually.
Yeah, so like from a tech perspective, it's like build something, get started, and I think from there it's like how do we evolve it, and then also I mean we took into account like we started working on advertising. We went into the market and started getting creators on board and understanding that we could get creators on board, and that's like I think we did it really early.
Yeah, that's the early on. We did the product market fit, right? You make sure that okay, just because we think this is something,
Yeah.
you have to prove that it's something, right? Because we have other stuff that we built that you say, I don't understand why people don't want it, why is it not hitting? I know that this is something you need,
Yeah.
but it just doesn't resonate for one reason or another. And this one, we ran those ads and you immediately see like, oh, there's a need here. The creators need a place to go. Brands and agencies need a place to go find them to make it easier. Okay, that's a real product and a real market that we can address a real hole in. And then it became, where do we add a lot of value into the market, right? In terms of, okay, let's make something that has simplicity to it. Don't make it too complex. Make it so people can use it.
Yeah.
Make it so they want to use it, and it becomes the de facto place to say, hey, if you need a creator or you need an influencer, just go to Ukreate.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we were talking about before was how do you get to that mode where, like we all use Fiverr or Upworks for stuff.
100%.
I don't even think about using any. If I need we needed a banner made, where am I gonna go? I'm gonna go to Fiverr and find. All I do is search. Who makes pull up banners? Oh, 30 people do them. And here's their portfolios. Oh, this guy. This is great. Easy. And that's kind of the same. I would say the model is very similar to that, but very focused in on a niche market that needs real attention. And I think the difference is that a lot of tech companies are born by people like Bill and I that are, business guys, tech guys that see a need in the market, and then we find somebody that it might be a subject matter expert and try to plug them in. And we're kind of the other way with this because this was born out of you as an agency person seeing the need, knowing that this is something you needed in your own business, and building it that way. And I think that's a powerful piece for us. Because it gives us a different perspective than we would have had we started the project and then brought you into it.
Yeah.
It's a totally different look than I don't know that we would have thought about it the same way.
Yeah, and I think also it's like when we ask about like what the why is, the why for us is as much for okay, what kind of good can we do, what kind of social good or what kind of difference can we make, not just like in the bottom line. In fact, that's secondary. It's more like, is there a need in the is there a need in the in the marketplace? Yeah.
You don't need revenue.
What is revenue? Revenue is stupid. It's such a dumb idea.
So we're very much about you, the creator.
Yeah, that's right.
We don't care about money.
But it's truly like, okay, so this is there a market fit or a market need? Is there a fit? But then why? Why are we doing this? And we always come back to, can we do something good with this? Can we make a difference in the world and make a difference, you know, in this space for people, for individuals?
Well, we are creator first, and that's something that, like you guys mentioned, like I've seen a lot. I've actually was invited to look at or CEO a company in the creator economy, and it was like you said, they had their venture capital group, and they said we have a project. We don't have a CEO or leader, and I'm like, well, this project doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And I have my own. So it's like, well, this project comes from a place of like use case, like we needed this, and we know it's gonna only grow, and it's crazy that the creator economy kind of hit at the same time that we're like, here's a solution for the creator economy that we could use and utilize, and so it's like what you call perfect timing, and it's like now like we analyze competitors today, and it's like, holy shit, we have something really good compared to what the market has already like it's competing against right now, but they don't realize it because maybe they don't have insights that we do from actual being in the space, and maybe they are, but they're taking different attacks and approaches that it's like crazy.
And I think one of the things that, you know, by building it, you know, this creator first concept, we actually have spoken with creators and tried to bring them into the fold, and, you know, bring them into our advisory panel and make sure that, you know, they feel and understand that the product's being made for the creators, to give them a place to really showcase who they are, what they do, and transact business, and feel like, you know, it's a secure place to do business, that they're not going to get screwed, and we're going to protect them, and also protect the brands from hiring creators that don't do anything, right? You know, there's unreliable, they don't show up. Yeah. I mean, we have that issue. We were just literally trying to, you know, run a UGC campaign, and they don't show up, like on one of our other projects, and it's like, you know, they say we're going to be there, and then they're not there, and you know that's so like, you know, that's why, you know, running it through the platform helps, because at least from the brand side, they didn't pay anything and lose that money or put a deposit down or anything, because, you know, we're holding the money, nothing's getting transacted until the actual acceptance.
Yep. We're building an amazing like solution that's like, we experience it.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's funny because like we constantly think about we should use our own platform.
Boy, where can we go?
Where can we go?
Yeah, I mean, we have a transactional, or we can transact on the platform. We have a roadmap for the very next short term that we've developed, and we have so much more over the next year, 2 years.
Yeah.
We have many things that we're going to do, but always at the center will be the creator.
Yeah,
it's like that's our foundation.
Which, to talk about, we're talking to creators today at Villanova University, and just like helping them understand very much in person, like, here's what the opportunity is. We're bringing on another creator that's actually big to say, hey, share your journey as a creator. What's it like to actually have a legitimate business where you're making good money from your creator business? And so it's really like, you know, we're trying to come at it from all angles, not just the tech and the solution, but also like the culture, the information, the participation, like, you know, like how can we give real value, feed the creators, because a lot of people don't want to do real, like the traditional form of work. They want to be creators, and then this is what we're here to support. It's like, how do we create little Mr. Beasts and other influencers? Yeah, I mean,
there's an education component to all of it that was, you know, one of the things that's always interesting to me is making sure that we are going to educate in multiple ways, right? And so, and every creator is building their own they're building a business. Right, and you know, Bill's an entrepreneurship teacher. I do a lot of, you know, content development around entrepreneurship and speaking on it. You know, this is important stuff for us, right? That's where we say, like, what's so important for you? Well, this economy is, you know, it's gargantuan, right? It's a huge thing that's going to happen in the next 5 to 10 years. So if we can help people understand, you should be taking advantage of this. You're going to do it, but here's a path towards making this actually like a real business for you, that you can support your family, or you can pay for college, or you can pay for whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. But that you understand this is the path to a business. So, you know, I think, you know, we've always talked about like these training courses as mostly content driven in terms of how do you use a camera right? How do you make sure that you're, setting up your lighting correctly?
Documentation.
Documentation. But it's also, how do you build a business?
Yeah.
There's marketing, there's a whole lot of legal stuff and business training that, I was just, and it literally just popped into my head kind of now was, why didn't we think about the fact that I could easily build out like a Biz Law 101 of creator economy and what does it mean to have an LLC versus a
you have the content.
S corp, right? I mean, yeah.
Drag and drop.
Like we have tons of this content and we should just use it. Right? And I have no problem, giving training and that kind of stuff. I love doing it. So, I think that's another piece that, and I don't think any of the other platforms are thinking about it in that way. Because, and if you look at it, the other thing I think we talk about is, it resonates when I talk to people about the way we've looked at it, is every other platform, and I still have not found one yet, that hasn't looked at it, and when you look at it, they're all top down. And what I mean by that is they're looking at the top creators and they're trying to grab them.
Yeah.
They want those top-notch people. They want Alex Earl. They want Mr. Beast. They want the reality is they all have agents and full marketing people teams around them at this point. It doesn't really matter whether you want them. You're not going to get them.
Exactly.
But there's that next level maybe of celebrity influencer that they're trying to grab one of them. And we've always said, well, what about all the people on the bottom?
Flip it.
Flip the market and go after and help the people on the bottom, and you will, what is it, rising tides meet all ships or whatever.
All ships rise.
All ships rise.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like we can pick up the market from the bottom.
Yeah.
And help the people that really need the most help.
Yeah, and if you look into it, that's also where a lot of the value is. So you
Yeah.
have big influencers, and a lot of that are drop off people. They're going to see it and whatever, and not necessarily resonate with them. But if we have the small creators that we're trying to, they're telling their story. They have their story. They're authentic. And so if we can help drive the brand's authentic story through their authentic selves or through the creators, I think it makes it resonates better.
Yeah.
I think. And if you look at the research that's been done and a lot that's happening now as we speak, that's really kind of where things are going.
I'm going to take a little bit of a pause here and say, let's introduce who we all are, because I don't think you guys have ever seen them on our channel, which is Ukreate. So let's give a little bit of a backstory on experience, but also more just your expertise and your passions within the creator economy. Because, like Mark said, he's already creating content for creators that helps them understand the law side. So when he's been the creator himself for so many years now, it's so I definitely would love to share that, and then your experience with tech and just understanding how do we develop a great product for them.
Yeah.
It's just so much that you guys should understand who we are.
Yeah.
So Bill, kick it off.
I was going to say so I'm the one that doesn't have the social experience, the social media experience, and that's okay.
It's not
I think it's another. Yeah, exactly. It's not. I won't be developing the educational content. I'll be maybe pursuing and learning from the educational content. But I think that's one of the things that it's everybody does. Like Mark and I say a lot. We're similar in important ways, but we're so different in some of our skill sets. So, I have an entrepreneurial background, had a technology company, exited from that company, and then have been doing business advisory work for over the last several years. And in the meanwhile, doing that business advisory work or teaching at local university, entrepreneurship, I've also been continuing to build technology products.
So, tech. And for mine, it's marketing. I've been in the marketing space for now almost 10 years. So anyone that understands the digital side of paid traffic, organic traffic, what do these relationships look like with brands and creators? That's my role. Because we'd like to see more, but I'll try to do more content. I'll try to be a little bit more transparent on our campaigns. Maybe I won't show you guys all of our secrets, but I definitely will share some of the documentation of our journey. So tech, marketing, trying to develop my leadership skills with the help of individuals like these guys, right? I'm really trying to lead, and then also showcase that it's you can be challenged as a young leader, but you can also develop these skill sets. And so I'm really honing in on that skills. And then Mark, creator, lawyer, business dev.
Yeah, kind of a hybrid of a business person and a lawyer kind of mixed together. Lawyer by training and practice for 30 years, almost 30 years, but also a businessman and helped build a engineering and IT services company, so been around tech a lot, and always wanted to kind of build an entrepreneurship journey and kind of take advantage of that, which been built my first business when I was like 14, so it's kind of always been in me. So kind of let it back out after I got out of corporate America. Got fortunate enough to meet Bill, and we kind of have like a bunch of projects that are all spawned off of that. And this one is interesting because I have started to build. About I don't know when we started, about 4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, we started realizing I was like I like to build my own brand, like the personal brand that is me. And that wasn't just because I had my law firm. I was more because I kind of saw an opportunity to be, more thought leadership and do some of that kind of work. And you see a lot of the people that are out there, and I was kind of saying, they're a bit, there's so much bullshit out there. I mean, I love Gary Vee, I like all these guys, but there's a lot of bullshit in it too. And I don't like I just don't bullshit when I give content. Like it's very value driven and very raw. It's like, and if you check my content that Rob films for me, I mean, he makes it look really good, but but if you look at it, every one of those, I would say 99.9% of our content, the content we do is one shot video.
Which is very rare, especially when you think about these big creators. It's like, there's no like multiple edits, multiple takes. It's like, here it is.
Yeah, it's whatever is up here is coming out, and we're gonna give it to you so you can kind of get the benefit of it.
I think that's metaphorical though, even in the way that we think about things.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's authentic, and you're not kind of massaging that content.
Yeah.
Much. You're just giving the content, and I think that's the way that one of the reasons we get along, that we are able to move forward in the way that we are in a productive way, because we are authentic and pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's not rocket science, as they say. It really isn't.
No.
It's not. It can be challenging. It can be difficult, and you have challenges that come along the way. But it really, in the end, you have your principles, follow your principles, have a plan, follow the plan. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, and when a hurdle gets put in front of you, figure out how to go under it, over it, around it,
Or through it.
or through it.
That's right.
That's your choice.
Exactly.
The only choice that there isn't is to go backwards.
Right.
That's the only choice that there isn't.
Exactly.
So, I think then that's kind of like, I think that's probably the biggest thing of working with you and has been fun, has been watching, the I would say the youth of it, right? Of the like just turn back and like when we said, maybe this isn't really a project, and then you sat in your apartment until like 2 a.m. or whatever, and next thing you know, you there's a product, right? And you're like, all right, that's just hack your way through it.
Yeah, go through that shit.
And just go through it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where, I think the rubber will meet the road, and we'll kind of keep driving at this. And we really do have really cool vision for what this can be. And I've not been more confident in a product than this one, which scares me a bit because I don't like to be that. You like to be, a bit skeptical of what you're doing.
Didn't you buy a winery already?
No.
We've already been yacht shopping.
Yeah, I remember. Did you go to the yacht
So
shop?
we tried to buy a winery in Spain.
Yeah.
we had this crazy deal that came about that we were going to buy this winery in Spain until we found out that they owned they had a boat manufacturer and a Lamborghini dealership, and all the money was made by those businesses, and the winery made nothing.
Yeah.
It's a fun thing. So all to say is like we're really, I actually have this gut feeling that this is gonna be really successful, and it's not just because of my project. Like I would be honest and be like, shit. This is why I study the competitors so much, because I want to really be confident in my, and it's funny because I think I tell you guys, like, it blows my mind no one's handed us a big check to say go, but it's also, I think everything happens for a reason. And I think we've been able to hold the majority of the equity in the company and build a lot with very minimal outside capital, other than our time and effort and our capital. And just say, look what we've done. Look what we're doing.
Yeah, very minimal, none.
Yeah.
So no other outside capital. And the reality is that we really haven't started the fundraise yet. I mean, we're starting the process, and we're starting the wheels are turning.
Yeah.
And we do have a couple of people that have already given early commitment.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It's exciting.
Yeah. And But maybe another time we can talk about like what's involved in that.
Yeah, we could do a fundraising one. Is definitely
I'm
we'd
learning
love
so
to talk
much from
more.
this book because you guys have way more experience than I do, and like I'm completely naive to the facts and the timelines of everything of this world, and I'm just like, we have the best product ever. Why would we not get money right now? But it's like,
but I also want to point out that we don't want one big check for somebody to come in and do that. It's not what we want.
yeah,
We want it to be strategic, and would we deny it? Probably not. But hey, depends who it is and
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah.
and it depends what the ask is or how expensive it is for us.
yeah, exactly.
So if it's expensive, it's too expensive, then we're not going to do the deal because we're not desperate.
Yeah.
But we want to have people that are strategic, that we know we can work with, that are going to add something to the bring something to the table.
Yeah, so you'll hear the term smart money.
Yeah,
Like that's
yeah,
kind
exactly.
of that's what that is, right?
Exactly.
They'll just define smart money for you.
Yeah,
That and because there is smart money and dumb money, especially when you raise money, when you raise capital, you can take in dumb money, and dumb money can be the worst thing that happens to you
This company.
as a company, because what it means is you now have an investor on your cap table. Your cap table is your capitalization table. I'm trying not to make sure I don't say things that people don't understand, right? That they are a complete pain in the ass, right? And they just torture you, and they want information all the time, and they just they don't get it, and they don't get that they made a long-term investment, and it is, no matter how good your product is, when you're investing in small companies and startups, it is risky investment. You're taking a lot of risk, so you have a ton of upside. Like the upside is gargantuan, and that's why people do it, because you could really hit the lottery. But if you get dumb money in there, they can really slow you down.
yeah.
We
So
don't want no dumb
we
money.
we don't want any no dumb money.
No dumb money. No thank you.
Deal with it. No dumb money.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, we're super excited to share this whole part of the journey because, like, I mean, if I were to be watching a company go from where we're at to where we'll go, it'd be such a crash course in entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
building
Yeah.
business, and so like, just the things we're sharing with you guys are super valuable
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
like, these are like experienced entrepreneurs, and I have a little bit of experience, but I'm still a young buck and I have a lot to learn. But
You
I'm
still
like,
you did build a
Something.
you have built a successful business.
Yes.
yeah, enough to
Yeah,
sit.
don't don't sell yourself short.
I'm short, but
You're quite a slouch.
They won't get the Caddyshack reference, but
to them.
maybe too young, but somebody out there is going to get a Caddyshack reference. Don't sell yourself short, Judge. You're a hell of a slouch.
So this is phase one of a lot of behind the scenes of building, and I think we'll do this along with some podcasts and some other, like we'll have a speaking engagement today. We'll document as much as we possibly can, but it's really going to be cool to go through this, whether that's bi-weekly or monthly, and just
Yeah.
showcase updates. Where are we? What have we done? I don't know if we don't have to dive into, but we're strategically looking at partnerships with Mr. Brent Earlman or Boltman, right, and with other people. Like, these are interesting partnerships that we were blessed with and came across and engage with and send MOUs and
Yeah.
so like there is a lot of progress happening that I think that we should sit here and acknowledge and be like, make
Yeah,
progress.
it is important that, I think we talked about it, I probably did content on it yesterday, which was, it is important to
You're
celebrate.
supposed to say, go to my channel.
Yes.
Get on handle.
To celebrate small
Fine,
wins,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
No, but it is important, and because you get so caught up in the negative stuff or the stuff that's not happening, and all the tasks that haven't been done, and oh my God, we didn't get this done, and we didn't get this done, but we have to look and say, we did actually get a lot done.
Yeah.
We have gone really far with things, and I think it was really helpful today for me to be looking at the competitor sites, which I've looked at. I mean, I started to look at a bunch of competitors, but those was ones I haven't looked at. And you look at them and you're like, you don't have anything.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I do think, but part of that is also, we did bring internal capital, right, to do this. Right?
Yeah.
We have put money into this deal and into the project and found the right people to help us build it to get to where we are. So I think, and now we see where we can really go, and then sky's the limit.
No, it really is.
Make
because
sure you use the word ecosystem, please.
Oh.
There's certain words that you have to start to learn by this channel.
No, don't use it. Forget it. Don't use that word.
Ecosystem?
No, don't use it. Don't use that word.
He coined it.
No.
Wow. He
It's
really
our-
said, he says you're really old, so you coined the word ecosystem. I'm the one with all the gray, and you're getting trash. It's unbelievable.
Oh, gosh.
So hopefully you guys enjoy this. This is, call it episode 1 behind the scenes of Ukreate build. I think we'll do this, try to do a monthly at least in whatever way.
And we're gonna make Jenna get on.
Yeah, no, we gotta introduce
Yeah.
yes. Jenna, Emily,
Yeah.
the ladies of Ukreate, they gotta share what they're doing, because I know, Emily's leading the front on this brand side and philanthropy side of what we're doing as a company.
Well, yeah, sorry, that's a huge thing, is the philanthropy part, which was completely Emily's concept.
Yeah.
And that has kind of taken on. We've merged it with one of our other projects, the tech that we built previously, and we're it's getting some legs.
And we're using our own ecosystem.
That's our raison d'etre.
So yeah, well, I don't know if there's any closeout statements you guys have. I think this is exciting for you guys, nonetheless, but for us as well, actually experiencing it.
Yeah.
If you guys want to get involved, follow us, subscribe, drop a comment, ping us. We all have social media channels, including Bill, BYoung11, right? Follow him.
Yeah.
He needs a little bit more support on his side.
needs some love.
We're
gonna make it creator.
We're gonna make it. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing. We have some videos coming up.
He doesn't know yet, but we do.
Yeah, that's good. These guys.
But also catch us at your local area, whether that's we're trying to get New York, Miami, LA, or we're in Miami, but we're here in Philadelphia. So wherever you guys feel we should go, let us know. Invite us. Tell your teacher. Tell your professor.
Yeah.
Let's bring in Ukreate.
Yeah, if you're at a university, we'd love to jump in and bring come out and talk to you about what we're doing and with the career economy, how you can benefit from it yourself, and if you can
Give
pull
some
in,
stickers.
yeah, we'll definitely give you a sticker.
Yeah.
Maybe something cool.
It's cool stickers.
Cool stickers.
But yeah,
I think it's interesting. Hopefully we get some views. But I think as you see us grow, and as you see us progress, I think this will be viewed even more.
100%.
Yeah. Because it'll be all right. So let's go back to the
Look at the
beginning.
inception.
Yeah.
And imagine if we did this 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we're starting, because I think it's super crucial to start, and I think this starts to really build a snowball effect. And I see a lot of founder stories, but they're Instagram, social media, surface level founder stories.
It's surface level.
This is you guys get to know us. We're having conversation. We're discussing the ecosystem.
Oh gosh, I should not
Hey,
have.
we all
In
got
jest,
one.
I shouldn't
We all
have even
got
said
one.
that.
Why?
Holy cow!
Yeah, I said it. That's what you said.
I know, it's stupid.
Episode 2. The ecosystem.
There you go, guys.
I'm sorry.
Bill's gonna
Sorry.
draw the
I'm
ecosystem
sorry,
on a
no.
whiteboard for us.
We can spell it out.
I shouldn't have even said it.
Oh, that's so good.
But until next time, guys, thank you for logging on, checking us out. We got Mark, Bill, and we're out. Cool.